Hello everybody, and I hope you're having a fantastic day. And in this video, I'm going to be talking about the special spawn that came back out. Happy times for everybody, including free-to-plays. This is a huge comeback. And let's talk about how this is a huge comeback too. There's no new feature gears, so I don't even have to talk about it. I'm going to skip that part. The XP quest keys, not worth it. You could legitimately do normal quests that are like the rank 81 on like the older land. I'll show you right here. I don't want to confuse anybody. On Gravita right here, right? Do like the rank 80s, and literally like for free you could get more XP than an XP quest key. I'm not even kidding you. Of course, it's gonna be by chance, unlike the XP quest key. But also, when you get this more XP by fighting these limits, you're also going to get a crap ton of gold. I'm talking like probably like somewhere between like 300 to maybe even heck 1 million. I'm not exactly sure, but they do give off a lot of gold. I know that for a fact. I'm thinking somewhere probably between 500k for safety. But anyways, moving on from there. So skip that XP quest key. No reason for it. It's 15 gems, not worth it whatsoever, and anything surrounding that scenario and situation. But anyways, they brought back the SSR feature gear piece spawn, the one that we all know and love, for 15 gems. And then on top of it, they still have the monster spawn updated. So these are two spawning opportunities for you to get pretty dang good monsters, to be fairly honest, just straight out the gate. And all you gotta do is spend 30 or 15 gems. You don't have to worry about no stupid treasure spawn. You don't have to worry about no stupid step up spawn anymore. I was sick of those step up spawns. I'm pretty sure everybody else was sick of those step up spawns as well. You can legitimately now there's two different spawns that have high rates for really high cost monsters now. Not just one, like the SSR feature gear piece, and that one time they only had the monster spawn. They took away the SSR feature gear piece, but they have two now, and that is so freaking awesome. So there's a second chance they're allowing you to actually get high cost monsters, or good ability wise cost monsters, or just like good monsters in general. Let me rephrase myself. Let me just make it short. Good monsters. And that right there is very, very awesome. They did take away the narrowness that they had before when it came to like armors and weapons, so that's the sad thing. But they brought back the SSR feature gear piece, so that is definitely I say that's a good trade. I honestly say that's a good trade, because the SSR feature gear piece has been for a while one of those spawns that just keeps Unison League alive, and when it was gone, it game kind of probably got dull for a lot of you free-to-plays out there. Now that they brought back the spawn, freaking awesome, especially for you free-to-plays out there. I'm pretty sure a lot of you, especially those of you that have been around for this game for a long time, are jumping up and down that they brought back the SSR feature gear piece. And it's still, I'm not exactly sure if they lowered the rate slightly or somewhat, but it's nearly, I could say for sure, as good, nearly as good as it was back then before. So no harm, nothing bad, no exactly like huge bad news or anything of the sort when it comes to the SSR feature gear piece. That is really, really awesome, to be fairly honest. I'd have to test it and see whether they have any rates changed or not, because I'm not 100% sure. It's not going to be like completely crap. They didn't bring it back, and it isn't completely garbage. They still got really high cost stuff and what's not. Actually, let me see if they got a list. Okay, so they actually don't like show you like all hands down what you're actually very likely to get, but it goes as low as like 34 cost stuff, right? And then it goes as high as like, and the funny thing is, more than half of it is actually, well, not more than half of it, about half of it, as you can see, is actually monsters. A couple 33s, and then they got as high as 37s. This is a very long list, but considering it's the SSR feature gear piece we're talking about, if it's the exact same one, actually, I'm not exactly sure if it changed a little bit, or they kept it the exact same rate wise, but if it's the exact same, or nearly the exact same as it's been before, you don't have to worry about it. You're still getting high cost monsters. I've seen some people, I'll actually put like the pictures up above. Some people got like a 35 cost lance. Somebody got Dora. Somebody got like Guinevere and stuff like that. Not exactly sure, but it looks like it's still going to be the same SSR feature gear piece. So that right there is very, very awesome. And then they got the monster spawn to even back it up. So if you are done with the SSR feature gear piece, the monster spawn is guaranteed. SSR feature gear piece is going to give you high rates for monsters. The monster spawn though is literally the guaranteed version of the SSR feature gear piece. So that right there is very awesome that they're doing that and everything surrounding that scenario and situation. As for the weapon and armor spawn, I personally say it's not worth it whatsoever, because all it is literally for the weapon and armor spawns they got right here is it's 32 costs. At ultra rare it's 32 costs, and if you've seen the class spawns are actually 1 cost higher guaranteed, and they're not worth it anymore. They're just outdated gear, to be fairly honest. So those are not worth it anymore even as we speak. They might be 15 gems, yes, but I still say they wouldn't be worth it, and especially considering with this spawn, at least with the class spawn, you're getting the weapon of your class guaranteed. This one, you're not getting the weapon of your class guaranteed whatsoever. So it could be, even if it is like a 32 cost, you could absolutely be getting something you don't need whatsoever, and I personally wouldn't find it all too worth it. As for the Awakening Orb, this is literally the best deal for the Awakening Orb in the game, and I do not kid you when I say that, because Awakening Orbs are kind of expensive, to be fairly honest. Thankfully though, they have cut back slightly on the Awakening Orbs, and with the potential unlocking packs, all of them now have the Awakening Orb deals that you can actually grab. And they took away the 33 and the other cost. No, 33 is actually right here for, wow, for $10. But anyways, it looks like they took away the $10 deal. So this is literally the best way, because the Awakening Orb now it looks like you can only get from the $74 pack. That's kind of sad, considering that the $10 pack for the Awakening Orb was pretty dang cool. So this is literally all hands down the best way, method, and deal you can legitimately get Awakening Orbs in the game. There are a few events that actually offer Awakening Orbs kind of easy, but most of the time it's actually going to be you're getting droplets of ether, or ether's quite easy when it comes to events. So I'm telling you, if you don't believe me, I'll actually link it down below. This is one of the best ways to actually get Awakening Orbs. As for the ethers, this might be the second best way, but getting ethers isn't all too difficult. It can be time consuming considering the time lock, that they have for ethers. Ethers isn't something you can go and grind. There are events that you could farm up to getting ethers, but they're like limited time events. They're not something that's going to be there. They're not a quest that's going to stay there for like a century and a half. Like let's see here, like some of the ordeals or the Lamp of the Taurus is not something you can log into exactly every day and then just straight up farm. Ethers are going to be for limited time events, and once you get like the amount of ethers they allow you to get, that's legitimately it until the next event and stuff like that. So they are time locked, but they are kind of easy to obtain. Even for free to plays, you could probably obtain a couple ethers a month. You could obtain straight up downright 2 from the lemon cookies. They do offer those in a lemon cookie, so you could straight up downright just earn 2 that way, and then you could probably earn even more if you were active and you do events and stuff like that. 4, 5, maybe 6, maybe a month. I'm not exactly sure where you are. It depends on how strong you are and stuff like that. But yeah, this isn't a bad deal for ethers, but ethers are everywhere. So if you don't want to spawn, you exactly don't have to spawn, to be fairly honest, unless you absolutely need ethers. Then I would tell you could do this for 15 gems. Other than that, I would kind of hold on it, considering that ethers can be quite easy to obtain as long as you're active, that is. So anyways, that's it for this video. Thank you for tuning in, thank you for watching, and I hope this helped out. This is the AzureWrath, and I will catch you in the next video. I'm out. Peace.